In this video, we're going to be talking about making a left turn at a regular intersection light where the light is green and we have to figure out when is it safe to go in terms of the oncoming traffic. So we're going to be taking the left at the next intersection with the student here, and as we approach the intersection, we're kind of trying to figure things out in terms of what is happening here. So right away, as I'm approaching this intersection, if I see bundles of cars coming this direction, I'm putting my thought on I probably need to wait in the waiting position. I'm also trying to scan to see what's going on here at this crosswalk. And we can see someone running across. So as I'm coming up, again, we're thinking of putting the back wheels in the middle of the crosswalk in front of us, keeping our vehicle straight until such time that it's safe to go. And what we're seeing here is that the car across from us is waiting to make a left turn. And of course, they're not making the left turn because they don't want to cut in front of oncoming traffic. In this case, we can see this person is indicating right. And even before this person was indicating right, if we go back a bit, we can see that there was a gentleman in the crosswalk coming this way. So it made sense for this vehicle to just stay in their waiting position. And of course, as this gentleman is stepping off the crosswalk, this vehicle is coming to make a right turn. And from the point of view of this driver, this car is still considered oncoming traffic. So they can only make this turn when it's safe to do so. Now, we're coming up to make this left turn. And so as we're approaching the intersection, I'm thinking about a few things. I'm thinking about the cars that might be coming around here, and I'm thinking about this black SUV waiting to turn right. Why is he not turning right? Because he's waiting for the pedestrians in this crosswalk. And so if this is a scenario where, let's say, these cars weren't here, it was just this vehicle waiting to turn right, for as long as the light is green, they're still considered oncoming traffic, even if they're dealing with something here which is causing them not to be able to make the turn right away. So in this case, just for the pure fact that that vehicle is there is enough reason for me to commit to the waiting position here. And to add to that, I guess the more dangerous thing, if you will, are these cars that are trying to go around. Now, you know, if let's say you're this car back all the way back here and you see someone waiting here to turn left, if you do a safe lane change over to the other lane or to the right lane, then that's one thing. But one of the most dangerous things you can do is what this vehicle is doing, which is at the last second go around and try to continue. Because as you can see, it does not provide me very good visibility of what they're about to do. And if this vehicle in front of us was, let's say, a bus, that would even become more dangerous. Now, it is my responsibility as the vehicle that is going to be turning left to ensure that I do that maneuver safely. But again, if you're this driver, just because your light is green and you have the right of way, you should think twice about pulling stunts that are unnecessary when in fact you could have done them much further away. But anyway, so we're sitting here and now we can see that this SUV is finally getting a clear path to make that turn. And it's only then that we make the turn. And as we were making this turn, the student was asking me, well, if this car turning right is considered oncoming traffic, wouldn't this car be considered oncoming traffic? Wouldn't we have to yield to them? Not necessarily, right? Because they are turning left from their point of view and we're turning left from our point of view. And so if it's not a skewed intersection where we might run into each other's paths, it's your regular 90-degree intersection, then it would make sense that we could concurrently make that turn. The main concern is, are there pedestrians in this crosswalk? How far is the oncoming traffic? Can I see all the oncoming traffic is this vehicle potentially blocking my view of someone that's approaching in the other lane? So if I can't see, I won't go, but if I can, then I will. So here, these guys go through, and now we're thinking that that car is far enough that we can take advantage and make this turn. The main thing though is making sure that you're kind of reading the situation from further back and not jump to conclusions about when it is that you can go. So you can see from back here, the light is green, and sure, that black SUV is waiting here for some time. So I shouldn't make the assumption that by the time I get there, they're going to be through, because I don't know what they're dealing with quite just yet as I approach. I assume it's pedestrians. And, you know, by the time I get to the intersection, I'm not dealing with this car or this car going around. I'm dealing with a series of other cars, right? I'm dealing with that car coming through and this car going into the other lane. So the main thing though is, as you're approaching, your go-to plan should be the light is green. There's a bunch of things happening here that are preventing me from making the turn. So that's not a problem. I'll go and put my back wheels in the middle of the crosswalk, wait there until I have a chance to make the turn. If it ends up being the case that, you know, there's just an endless stream of cars coming through, we just sit in this waiting position until the moment that this light turns to yellow. We take our foot off the brake and we start inching forward. And as we inch forward, we're starting to look to see, is there anyone else trying to run the yellow light? And if it doesn't look like they're going to run the yellow light, then we go ahead and complete our maneuver. So watch the replay at the end of this video, kind of put yourself in that driver's seat and see, as you're approaching the intersection, what is the thought process that's going through your head. And hopefully that will make it easier for you when you're in the car to put this to exercise. We'll talk to you in the next video.